Hey guys, welcome to an Eleanor's Touch first tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make this easy chunky crochet baby beanie. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you desire to follow at your own pace with the PDF download, find the link below to my Ravelry store. So first you want to gather the supplies that you need for your project. In this case we need 2 crochet hooks. One is a 4.5 and the other is a 5mm. And then we're going to need a darning needle, maybe a couple of stitch markers if you still need to mark the beginning and ending of your rounds, as we will be working this hat in the round. Some heavy DK, worsted weight, medium weight yarn. This is 100% acrylic, but feel free to use whatever you prefer. The next thing is we're just going to take a look at our project and consider what we have to do. The first thing is we're going to start with the ribbing, working single crochets horizontally back and forth in the back loop using our 4.5mm hook. Now after completing our ribbing, we are going to slip stitch on the wrong side to join. Taking our 5mm hook, we're going to work single crochets in each row on the edge of our single crochet ribbing. Then we're going to proceed to work on the body. After that, we will cinch everything in and sew it up with a darning needle. Now it's time to begin our project with a simple slip knot. So if you don't know how to do it, you just make sure you fold your yarn at the edge, having the shorter strand towards you and the yarn attached to your ball of yarn away from you, which will be your working yarn. Put your index finger and your thumb through the top loop that you create towards the right, twist outwardly counterclockwise, grab the yarn that you're going to face, pull through, and there you have it. You have your slip knot. You're going to take your 4.5, since we're starting with the ribbing, and you're just going to gently pull, don't make it too tight, and go ahead and start chaining. For this ribbing, we are going to chain a total number of 6 chains. I would typically use 7, but in this case, I want to explore the look of a shorter ribbing band. If you prefer the longer option, as you will see with the other beanies that I did, you will chain 7. Now you're gonna work in your second chain from the hook a single crochet and continue until you finish your first row. Four, and the last one 5. After you finish this row, you are simply going to chain 1 and turn your work. Count the second V from your hook, because the first one is a chain, and insert in the back loop, working a single crochet. One more time, insert in the V in the back loop, work a single crochet, just like that. Easy peasy. And you're just going to be working this way throughout the ribbing band until you complete a total number of 41 rows. So after 2 rows, you already see the ribbing band starting to form. Your ribbing band should look like this after a few rows. This is just me popping back in to tell you that you're on the right track. If your ribbing looks like this, just continue, work 1 single crochet in the back loop on each row, row to row, until you reach 41 rows. Right, it's now 41 rows and it's time to join our ribbing band. So facing the right side, and how you can tell it's the right side is you're gonna see your first row. The first row that you worked on, the side you were facing exactly with the tail to the left, that's how you know you're facing the right side. Now to get the wrong side, you simply face the right side and fold it in. And now, just like that, you're looking at your wrong side. It can be very confusing with single crochet. Now if you had changed just like I had done, take your hook out and undo the chain Make sure you're left with 2 loops to show that you're looking at your last single crochet row. Take your hook, insert it in the very last stitch for your first row, the stitch right next to the tail end there. Push your hook through that. It can be difficult to look at the stitches of your first row, but it's possible. You'll get the hang of it. Push it through and then grab that last loop that you made with your last single crochet on the other end. Pull it through with some medium tension and chain. So this is the beginning of your slip stitch rows. Chain and turn. Just position your hook correctly if it's a little fiddly. Now what you want to do to join is you want to insert your hook in the back loop of your last single crochet, in the back loop. So that's a stitch there underneath the V. You want to get in between the V in the back loop. And then you want to go into the stitch that you just went into on the other end, grab some yarn, all right, pull it through to make a slip stitch. So always through the back loop of the first row that you're facing, and then on the other end, underneath the full stitch, grab some yarn, slip stitch to join. And you're just going to do that for the remaining 3 stitches, chain 1, and I'll see you when we're done. Just for clarity, you're just going to chain as usual, nothing weird about that. And then now you want to just turn it inside out, or right side out now. Alrighty then, now we're going to take our second hook, which is the 5mm hook. I call this the main hook for the body. Insert it in the loop after your chain, and what you just want to do is you want to make 1 single crochet in each row. Can you see that? Not each stitch, but each row. The first row is always easy to insert into. That's the one that you made the chain. But the second one, you would ordinarily put it through that hole, but it would be too big and untidy. So what you want to do is you want to find the loop at the back of that hole and single crochet there. So in again, in between the V, try your best to get in between the V, and then in the back loop there with that big hole. But what will be happening is when you turn and look on the other end, you're actually getting into the V on the wrong side. So the key is to just make your single crochets in between the stitches, in between the V's. Okay, so now we're just gonna work the last few stitches until we join our round. So as you can see, we don't insert in that big loop there. We're gonna go ahead and slip stitch in the very first single crochet that we actually made. Slip stitch underneath the whole stitch, not in between the V. Grab the yarn, right, and pull through to make a slip stitch. Chain 2 this time. Now we're going to begin our double crochets, 1 in each stitch. I'm of course assuming that the people who are watching this video already know what a double crochet is. If you don't worry, there's so many resources out there. But as you can see, you basically first yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over again, and pull through the remaining 2 loops. Nothing hectic. I'm gonna see you at the end of the row. So you chain 2 as usual to begin your next row of double crochets, but unlike the first row, we are going to be alternating between normal double crochets and front post double crochets. All right. So if you don't know what a front post double crochet is, worry not. I've got you. So making a normal double crochet under the V in the stitch as usual. What we're going to do for the front post is we're going to yarn over as usual, and looking at the next trunk, not the next stitch per se, but the trunk itself, you're going to go at the back of the trunk, grab the yarn from there, yarn over from there, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and finish off your double crochet. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now double crochet again in the next stitch, and then you look for the next trunk, not stitch. Okay, got a little fiddly there. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through the rest of the 2, and we're just going to continue in this fashion, alternating between double crochets and front post double crochets. So when you're done with this row, you're going to make a front post double crochet in the previous normal double crochet. So you're just going to do the opposite. So now we're looking at the next front post double crochet there, but now we're going to do a normal double crochet. That's how the design actually comes out of this stitch pattern. Again, this is a normal double crochet, so we're going to do front post double crochet. The next is a front post double crochet, so we're going to do a normal double crochet. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just stop to check and see if the pattern is already coming out. Looks good to me. Let's just continue. You can choose if you want to do a normal double crochet row after you've done the first double crochet row, so that you have a little bit of a height, a longer looking hat as opposed to a chunky cinched in hat, but that's at your discretion. Now, after completing all 6 rows of our double crochet, inclusive the row of the plain double crochet, according to the written pattern, we're now going to work on our plain double crochet rows, but now we're going to work on our decreases to prepare for closing up the hat. So we are going to decrease in the 5th stitch, in every 5th stitch, just like this. If you didn't catch that, not to worry. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 4 double crochet. Then now we're going to decrease. Yarn over, grab the yarn through the first stitch, and then yarn over again, grabbing the yarn through the second stitch. Pull through 3 instead of 2 to work the decrease, and lastly pull through the remaining 2. So let's just continue working in this fashion until we finish the row. The next row we're going to decrease in every 4th stitch, and the final row we are going to decrease in every 3rd stitch. Now our hat is a hat, like you can already see the shape, the beautiful cozy shape for our newborn. And we're just going to take a darning needle and cinch in the top. It's almost done, you guys. Isn't that exciting? Now you can sew the top whichever way you prefer. After chaining 1, just pull through the yarn and make sure you just have enough yarn to actually sew in the top of the whole head. It's not going to be much, but just make sure maybe you can wrap around with the yarn about 3 times on top of the head. So you just grab your darning needle, put it underneath the stitch. I'm just going to turn it inside out just to make sure I have all the untidy bits hidden away. So underneath the V over there. And I'm just gonna pull the yarn through normal. I think it's supposed to be called a blanket stitch. You just continue doing that the whole top of the head, right round the head, just inserting your darning needle in each stitch. Easy peasy, it's very mindless, not a big deal, but I'll just encourage everyone not to miss a stitch. I don't like having gaps at the top, so just make sure you thoroughly enter into each stitch. So now finally we're just gonna grab our yarn and pull gently, and make sure you are gradually moving towards tightness. You want to make sure the hole is as small as possible, but if you feel your yarn getting strained, just stop. It's tight enough, and you're just going to sew right across. I start with the normal kind of plus sign or T sign, going vertically and horizontally, and I do that a couple more times until I feel like the hole is secured. I try not to overdo it because I don't want that to be distracting, like when you then look at the hat when it's done. Just make sure it's all nicely neat and tied up. So now just make 2 knots to secure the top of the head and make sure it doesn't get undone. Take it inside out, right side out, and voila! You've got your hat. This is the back part of the hat. As you can see, the seam over there, and then the front part of the hat is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that beautiful, cozy looking, chunky beanie. Don't you just want to grab it and smother it or put it on a cute looking baby? There you go. These are pretty easy to whip up, and you should take maximum an hour 30. That's what I think. Just stick to it, focus on it. As you can see, this one has 2 plain rows of double crochet, and it created a bit more of a height. The current one is slightly stitched in, and then of course the ribbon band is longer because I had 6 rows of single crochet in the ribbon band, and I used a larger hook for the other one, but this one 4.5 for the band and 5mm for the body. Nice and cozy. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is my first. And just as a disclaimer, it's really useful if you could ask the parent or guardian of the child so that you know if the child has any allergies or just what the guardian is comfortable with. I know there are people who prefer wool or 100% cotton, whatever it may be. Now, if you desire the PDF copy of this pattern, just check my links down below. I've got a link down to my Ravelry page, and you can get it for a fee. Art, creativity, and beauty, Eleanor's Touch. I would love to know what you thought of this video in the comments. I'm so grateful for those who've been able to tune in.